Hello, everyone. Hi, it's Frank Sanya here again. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day and a profitable day. Watch. The question for today, watch this. Realtors, are you free? Are you really free? Are you free? Why did I ask you that? Watch this. I was reading some articles in the last few days, okay? And this prompts me to shoot this video, okay? Because, where there's one thing in life, you will see many people with it, okay? Where there's one, there's many, okay? And that's the truth, all right? So, watch this. Why are we in this business? There are so many reasons why people are in this business, okay? Um, I know for one thing, for me, okay? Um, I didn't come to this conclusion earlier, but looking back now, it's really truly the number one drive for me, even till today, and it's the word freedom. Okay, all right, okay. Believe me sincerely when I tell you, it's the real reason why most people get into this business. They want to be free. Okay, they want to be their own boss. They want flexibility. Okay? All right? But what they do not understand, okay, right, is that somebody gave us freedom. Okay? Most people are so clueless of it, it's astonishing. Okay? All right? And most people leave a job, come into this business wanting to be free, okay, and never know who gives us freedom. Let me tell you something. Somebody gives us freedom. Okay? As I said, if you are clueless of it, you are clueless of it. So I want to read this first article to you. Okay? All right? Okay? And it was something I saw yesterday um, in the Washington Post, okay, where I live right here in the Washington, D.C. metro area. Okay. And the article reads this: Meta begin fresh round of job cuts among highly skilled staff. The company's reduction are focused on engineers and other technical workers who help build products. They're getting rid of them. Okay? All right? Okay? Watch this. As I read this, I saw another article. Okay? And it was this. Watch this. A brutal reckoning for real estate agents. Many wouldn't survive the housing crunch. Okay? The article goes on to talk about the life of this particular real estate agent. Okay? I'll read this article to you a little bit so you get it, so you understand. When Christina Arnold closed her first sale as a real estate agent in December, she helped it will provide. I'm sorry, she hoped it will provide a springboard of more deals and the start of a promising career. But almost 4 months later, Arnold is still trying to close a second sale. Okay? If you've been watching my video, I told you mine, it took me 8 months. Okay? I closed my first deal and it took me another 8 months. Okay? All right. Okay? And I'll illustrate this, like most people. Okay? But okay, let me finish rereading it to you. Okay? Arnold lived in Port Huron, Michigan, paid $89 in October 2021 for a self-paced online course to become a real estate agent. By the time she got her license, in June, the typical mortgage rate had nearly doubled, leading to a dramatic slowdown in buying activity. Now watch. The article goes on to say this, watch this. That drop-off has made the past year a struggle, Honor told me. The first service she enlisted to help her find client scammed her out of $600. And that December deal didn't provide the financial what? Windfall she needed. Even though honor represented both the buyer and the seller, the $57,000 sale netted her only what? A $2,300 commission. Hardly enough to cover the various fees she pays to her broker. The National Association of Realtor, the company that sent her leads, and the multiple listing service, a database where she can see homes for sale in her area. She occasionally worked at a bar or delivered pizza to supplement her fiancé's income and support her 6-year-old son. Despite the setback, she's not giving up hope yet. Okay, let me continue. Watch this. I like this. I like it a lot. Okay. I love my job. I love the flexibility of it. Honor told me. The only thing I don't like is the financial insecurity that comes with it. Okay? All right? So let me show you this. What she's talking about here is the freedom. Okay? Flexibility, the freedom. Okay? The freedom to go do what she wants to do. Okay? It's one of the reasons why people get into this business. Okay? So let's take a look at the definition of freedom. You know, I used to think that people know what things means. I don't anymore. Okay? Okay? If you Google freedom definition, this is what you will find. Okay? All right? Okay? Let me go up first. Freedom. Okay? 3 days ago. The quality of the state of being free. Okay? All right? Freedom. Watch this. The power to determine action without restraint. Political or national independence. I like that word a lot. Personal liberty as opposed to what? To bondage or slavery. Watch this. Freedom to be free. The condition or right of being able or allowed to do, say, think. Okay? Whatever you want to without being controlled or limited. Freedom. Having the ability to act or change without constraint. Or to possess the power and resources to fulfill one's purpose. Freedom. Watch this one. Freedom. The power or right to do or say what you want without anyone stopping you. Freedom. Watch this. Freedom. Freedom is the state of being allowed to do what you want to do. Okay? Watch this. Freedom is the state of being entirely free. Freedom. Let's take a look at this one. I'm not kidding you. Look it up. Okay? Right. Freedom. The state of being free. As the power to do what you want to do. The ability to move and act freely. That's what freedom is. And let me tell you something. It is the one thing that a lot of real estate agents crave. I crave freedom today more than ever before in my life, even more than money. I'm not kidding you, because I know where I come from. Okay? So let me illustrate this to you so you get it. I came here in 1979. Unlike most foreigners, my first job was working as a dishwasher. Okay? That's what I was doing. Okay? All right? When I got there, okay, I quickly noticed two things. I quickly noticed the person who was making the most money. Besides the owner, I realized that definitely it wasn't dishwasher. I realized that it was not the waitress. I quickly saw it. Okay? Because I realized that the waitress they were paid peanuts. Most of their money came from what? Tips. Okay? All right? I saw that. I saw the bartenders. They make money. Okay? But most of their income also comes from what? Tips. So I saw that the person that makes the most money, guess what? Was the chef. Okay? And I said to myself, I knew that I had to leave washing dishes. If I learn to cook, okay, I can make more money. I suck up to the chefs, okay, because I wanted to learn how to cook, okay. I wanted to learn to be a chef, okay. That was my hope at that time, okay. Believe me when I tell you this. I know some chefs that are even making more money than the owners of restaurants. You know why? Okay. There are some restaurants that I work with. I worked in the restaurant industry for 6 years before I decided to get out of it. I noticed something. The managers, I quickly noticed that the managers were not smarter than I was. Okay? All right? Okay. There was one particular restaurant here in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, in the county where I live, called Montgomery County. And at that time, in the early 80s, called Bish Thompson's. Okay? Bish Thompson is no longer around. The family of the restaurant owner, uh, the original owner died. His wife took up the business, and his children, okay, with their mom, were running the business. Okay? All right? And they would hire people that, believe me when I tell you, they do not know any more than I do, except for they don't look like me. Okay? And I will see the decision being made, and I will question them why make such a decision. You see, I came from a home where I was taught by my father to never allow anybody to do my thinking for you. Do not allow anyone in this world to do your thinking for you. My father always stressed independent thinking. Okay? And I believed it. So, watch this. When I will see a manager make a dumb decision, I will ask him, why this type of decision? Who made this type of decision? Okay? And what I will do is that because I questioned the decision, I'll find myself out the door and they will fire me. Okay? All right? It was later on, about 10, 15 years ago, I saw an article that Warren Buffett wrote. Okay? And the article goes something like this. But before I say that to you, before I say that, what was going on with the owners of the company was that whenever they go to Florida, because they have a house in Florida, okay, and they always go to Florida, this family, they will go to Florida, or they will go to New Hampshire. And when they see something in a restaurant, they will come and try to implement it. They will just do it. And what we will discover is that the customer didn't like it. Okay? They will just act and do it. Okay? So I go back to the article I read from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett said, just because you see somebody doing something, and he said this to his staff. His staff, he said this. He said, I will get my staff, they will come in and say, look at that company, they are doing this. And he will always ask them, what makes you feel what they're doing is right? What makes you feel, because, another company is doing this, we need to do it. How do we know it works? Okay? It's a legitimate question. Okay? But anyway, It got to a point that I hated. As much as I loved the restaurant, the act of, of, of cooking, which to me, I looked at it as creativity, to make sauces, garmaging, all the stuff that you see in restaurant. Okay? I fell in love with the act of making sauces and food. Really, truly, I didn't know that what was happening at that time was creativity. Okay? All right? I quickly discovered that it wasn't the job. Okay? It was the people. All right? That I was working with. Okay? It came to a point I really disliked going to work. All right? And I knew definitely I had to leave. Let me tell you something. I was fired with every job I ever had. I am not kidding you. God is my witness. I was fired because I would question people. And it became so clear to me that what I wanted more than anything else was freedom. Okay? All right? And really, in fact, I decided to get out. There was a time I wanted to own my own restaurant company, and I decided I didn't want to. So I looked around and I decided the best place is to go into real estate. That at least I would have that freedom to go and come. Let me tell you something. The worst day for me to go to work when I was working for somebody else was Monday. I disliked it so bad. Okay? All right? My spirit disliked it so awful that I decided working for somebody is not what I want to do anymore. I want to be free. Okay? All right? But like I said, I didn't know where freedom comes from. You know where freedom really comes from? Freedom comes from God, the Creator. That's where it comes from. Freedom. What type of freedom? Or source of freedom you can find. Especially financial freedom. Okay? Right. So let me show it to you in John. Okay? Okay? All right? Okay. This was the first evidence where I saw freedom. Okay? John 8:36. If the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free. What? Indeed. Freedom comes from God. Or source of freedom. That's where it comes from. Okay? All right? Okay. So I said, okay, let me look a little further as to where I can find freedom. When I began to study God and nature, I began to see all freedom comes from God. Watch this. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is what? There is freedom. Watch this one. You, brothers, when they say brothers, yea, you, my brothers, it could be my brothers and my sisters, were called to be what? To be free. But do not use your freedom to indulge the sinful nature. Rather, serve one another in love. Okay? Begin to see where true freedom comes from. Watch this. I like this one. I like this one. I like it a lot. Galatians 5:1. It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Hello. Stand firm then, and do not let yourself be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Let me say something to you. I am far more confident, more than ever before today, that true freedom, without a shadow of a doubt, is free. Comes from God. Absolutely. Watch this one. In Him and through faith in Him, we may approach God with freedom and confidence. Watch this. People want to be free. Financial freedom. And they don't want to know the person that gave us freedom. Okay? All right? So, how does he do it? So you understand. Okay? You will see it. Freedom, majority of the time, comes from what? Comes from knowledge. But what you will discover about knowledge is that human beings, they dislike knowledge. They do not like knowledge. To put something here, because they do not understand that what we put here, apply, is what we become. It's how we're free. Knowledge. Now my question to you is, do you know it? Do you know it? Do you really want to be free? Okay? It's a legitimate question. If you ask most real estate agents, they will say yes. But watch this one. In this article about this lovely lady, okay? Watch this one. She spent money acquiring leads, okay? All right? What I teach is how to liberate yourself from these internet so-called lead companies, where they take our listings and sell it back to us. Okay? Because that's what they do. That's it. Believe me sincerely. What I show you is to liberate. To liberate is to be free. And let me tell you something. The greatest freedom in business is how to acquire buyers and sellers. The knowledge and the skill of acquiring buyers and sellers is the ultimate freedom in this business. And this is what I teach. Watch this. Are you struggling right now? Like Christina? Trust me when I say this. Where there's one Christina, there's many. Okay? There's many. Watch this. Freedom. You begin. Click the link. Schedule your appointment. What I teach is how to use the Word of God, the laws of God, and the laws of nature to run your life and your business. That's what I teach. Okay? All right? And it works. Okay? I'm not the one that frees you. It's God that frees you. I'm just an instrument. That's what I am. Watch this. Click the link. Believe me when I tell you, God wants to prosper you. Click the link, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much. God bless. Watch this. Please subscribe. Subscribe to video like this if you like it. If you do not, get out. Okay? All right? But if you believe that, yes, I can help you. Okay? All right? Click the link. Let me see what you are doing. Okay? Can I improve at what you are doing? Yes, I know I can. Without a shadow of a doubt. Listen, thank you so much for watching this video. God bless. And I'll see you on the other side. Take care now. Bye-bye.